Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast, the Excellent Wrestling Podcast. So tonight, or today, what time are you hearing about this? We all know what happened this past week. McMahon have finally sold the WWE. Wow. Now I'm gonna say this to you. It's to me, I really think it's pretty not a cool thing. Me as a wrestling fan, it's cool to hear about it, but on paper, it really doesn't. Because here's the thing, this is just conspiracies from my level. I really think if the WWE is getting bought, just get bought, I really hope and ever does not legit going back to do the pay-per-views like they did back in the 90s and the 2000s and whatever. Because if they do that, there's no more WWE Network. There's no more WWE Peacock. I call it WWE Peacock or WWE Cock or whatever you call it. So this is my thing to give ever an idea. Instead of you going back to pay-per-views, how about you go back and do the WWE Network like you guys did before? Oh, it's on the Peacock. Okay, it's on Peacock, but why is it on Peacock? Everything you want to watch is legit, censored, and all that stuff. I understand as kids watch this type of stuff, but WWE even says if you want to change the ratings or whatever, you can go to Corona Controls in your settings and you can change it to a Kiss theme. So I don't know. I think it's bullcrap because 95% of this is it's not fair. It really is not fair because I want to see some good wrestling. Like say this. I can sell a lot of words to you guys called I'm going to sell my company to this place and get more money of it. Okay, think about this. Thank God I had my phone with me, guys. I want to remember this. So McMahon bought his company in 1982. Back then it was the WWF. Alright? And this is where, wrestling back in these days were not much popular it was than now. So McMahon bought it for $1 million. Now, okay, think about this. It's a lot of money, but $1 million nowadays, it's a lot of money still, right? But think about this. If you buy a company for $1 million, that's like probably the cheapest business ever that anyone can buy. I'm not talking about people who, like me, I can't buy it. I'm talking like Disney can buy the WWE back then. AEW can even buy them back then. They would never buy them, I'm saying, but that's how the business was. Nowadays, he sell it for, Jamie Jameson from Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Mr. McMahon's look, I'm sorry to say this. I know this is really, really out of the wrestling podcast, but he really does look like Jamie Jameson from Spider-Man. Those who know, you know who he is. He's the... Trust me, just look him up. He sold his business for $9.3 billion. $1 billion. Okay. If he sold his company for that much, The Rock could have bought that company. Can you imagine The Rock bought his company for that much? That would be insane because that means The Rock be like, okay, you guys want to play this game? Alright, now it's too late. And ever, okay. Vince, I'm sorry to say this to you, man. It's cool you're selling your product, but last year was going so great. Like, your business was going so awesome, so great, because your son-in-law and his friend Shawn Michaels and your daughter were making it great. They brought back Bray Wyatt. They were doing the QR codes, all that crazy stuff. And now, Bray Wyatt was not booked at WrestleMania. So, what's the storyline between him and Bobby Lashley? Oh, we don't care about that. What the fuck, Vince? Vince, you can't sit there and say you have better ideas than Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt can legit make more money, make more great storylines ever. But instead, you just drop the ball with him and I'm like, no. I understand. But you see, this is what I don't understand about him as much. And this is just my opinion. Like, I don't understand why you're still in the office and trying to be the tough guy. Like, dude, at some point, dude, you gotta realize that your company will go down the crapper because think about this. AEW was running the ball for the past 4 years, during the pandemic. You were not doing nothing. You were still having great matches and all the storylines, but you were not doing nothing what I want to see. When Roman Reigns came back, people went back to WWE and started watching Roman Reigns. Alright? Like his legacy, not his whole legacy, but his legacy, his legacy now started in 2020. And continues since now. Now I'm going to say this. I am not a Roman Reigns fan at all. I have been a Cody Rhodes fan because I like Cody Rhodes. He's pretty cool. I like what he stands for his family and for his fans. But the thing I don't understand about Vince is you book these matches and you don't do nothing about it. Like, I thought The Fiend was a great thing, but they didn't do nothing much with him at all. So that went down the crapper. So what else? What else is new? Oh yeah. You don't care. Like I don't hate McMahon when he's dead, but it just drives me up to a wall when Vince says, well, we're gonna cut the cake on this storyline. Let's move on to Omos and Brock Lesnar. What? Dude, this is not WrestleMania 3. This is WrestleMania 39. I want to see Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley. Like, you imagine Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? Like, Bray Wyatt, hasn't been in a WrestleMania since WrestleMania 37. That's a long time ago. That was 2 years ago, or 2 years ago, or a year ago. I don't know, like, it's funny how, because I have people I know, I'm not going to say names because it's controversial. Some of the WWE fans tell me AEW is lame, and I keep telling them, like, guys, if you think AEW is so freaking lame, then why the hell is it still around then? Is it because Roman Reigns not part of it? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Jon Moxley is not a Roman Reigns person. I'm sorry that Roman Reigns is a undisputed champion. I'm sorry that he's not a pro wrestler. He's an entertainer. You know what? It's not because of that. You can easily watch one AEW match and you're hooked. Just like that, you're just hooked. Alright? And, okay, I understand AEW is TV-14. I love TV-14. But PG for WWE, to me, I hate. I'm sorry. Like, I understand there's kids involved. Okay, I understand. There's kids in the audience. I didn't realize that. I see little kids wearing a John Cena t-shirt saying, you can't see me. I understand that. Like, I'm not saying go on out there and say every cuss word there is in the dictionary. No. I'm saying go out there, have yourself a decent match. Like, go out there, have a hardcore match. Go out there, have an I Quit match. Go out there, have a cage match. Go out there, have this and that with blood in it. But they won't do it because PG, PG. It has to be PG for kids. Vince, you can't have PG all the time, man. Like for a project like you saying it's PG, it was not PG for me when I was 6 years old. Okay, get this. When I was 6 years old, I'm slipping. Edge cashed in the first ever Money in the Bank briefcase, and I'm not kidding you this. After that, New Year's Revolution pay-per-view, him and Lita had a live sex celebration on national television. Did you guys forget I was 6 years old? 6 years old. I saw this live on TV. I was like this. What's going on? Am I allowed to watch this? Is this a new wrestling? No. I was not allowed to watch it. So they're doing it. They didn't really get naked or anything. No. Like I think Lita did that because she said that. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think they really did. I don't believe they really did. If they did, then I feel so bad for them. But here's the thing, though. Ric Flair came right down, said his P's and Q's. Remind me, Ric Flair was in his 50s or 60s during this era. He came down, whatever, to prove a point, I guess. I don't know. Edge whacked him in the head with a steel chair. Blood was dripping from his face. Forget, I'm 6 years old still. Alright. If that was on TV nowadays, I don't think it would fly. I think that WWE would be canceled, get a strike, say, hey, this is kind of violent. This is kind of not what wrestling should be about. Let me forget this. I was 6 years old. But yeah, man, like, back when I was a kid, man, wrestling, I called the Attitude Era sister. Okay, the Attitude was a raunchy, violent-ish era. Ruthless Aggression Era was basically the sister, the annoying little sister that needs attention. I got the Ruthless Aggression Era. I loved it. But yeah, man, like it's funny when the WWE was so violent as a kid that I would actually do moves like they did. Yeah. My favorite match was a hardcore match as a kid. It really was, because think about this. See a man go through a burning table? Huh, where can you see that? Nowhere. ECW, of course. But I don't know, it's crazy how WWE changed all over the years, man. Like I respect the business. Like I respect every performer, every pro wrestler went to the World Wrestling Entertainment and gave their life, their body, and their soul for that company. So, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna change the subject on WrestleMania. So WrestleMania, man, it was amazing. Night 1 was amazing. Night 2 sucked. I'm sorry, except for one match. I love the Edge and Finn Balor match, but right now I'm gonna talk about Night 1. Yay. So Night 1 was such a great, not was it great, but I think it was better than Night 2-ish. Alright. Because Night 1, it was very cool to watch. Very, very strong. I'm not saying it was the best WrestleMania. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Whatever. You know, the matches were great, boring, but it was cool to watch. The only match I cared about in that whole thing is the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match in the Usos, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic Mysterio. That's it. In a John Cena match, whatever, because Cena was my era. But the only thing I don't understand, and I was hoping to see, is Dominic Mysterio comes out. Now picture this. I want to see, because he always mocked Eddie Guerrero, trying to be like his son. He said, I'm his son, Eddie. Not Eddie, Ray, sorry. Ray, I wish I was his son. Now think about this. Imagine a Dominic Mysterio come out with Eddie's entrance. Latino Heat or FIFA Rasta entrance, like in his car. Like, imagine that actually happened. That kid would get the most booed, the most everything. Everything. But it was cool to see that. Like, he comes out of the car, Snoop Dogg brings Rey Mysterio, and he plays Eddie Guerrero's theme song. I think that was awesome. That's probably one of my favorite WrestleMania moments ever. So, but yeah, like, I enjoy it. Like I said, night one was good, but night two, my god. Like, I really love the WWE to the point where they're like, oh, it's your night two. Like, okay, but I hope it'd be cool. Now, what I was hoping to see out of this WrestleMania is Edge comes out with a bruise entrance with Gangrel and Christian. Because the rumor is that Christian's contract is up. So, let's just say this for a theory. I was hoping to see the Brew at WrestleMania 39 because this was Edge's last WrestleMania he was going to participate in. Instead, him with Slayer. Okay, I'm not going to be a giant hypocrite on this. I was a hypocrite that one night. When he came out of Slayer, it was like, disappointing. But when I first saw the entrance the second time, I'm like, you know what? This looks badass. I played it for the whole week. I'm like, do 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 do. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, man, I thought the match was great until Edge threw the ladder and split Balor's head pretty damn good. Like, I thought he threw the ladder and he bled pretty, no, nothing to worry about. Oh, no. If you go on Facebook right now, type in Finn Balor WrestleMania picture or whatever, you would see his cut was legit deep. Because I was like, how come he can let it bleed out? My brother said, well, because the kid's watching it. Oh, okay, makes sense, whatever. PG people. No, legit, I'm happy they didn't let it continue because his head was split. Like, legit, clean split. Like, it's crazy how it is, but I give props for Finn Balor. Like, I'm not a Balor fan at all. Like, for me, I feel bad for the guy, but dude, you're the man. I respect you. My hat goes off to you, Finn Balor. But now, since I'm an Edge fan, I'm really happy Edge won. I'm really happy. That was a good Hell in a Cell match. I'll say I think it's a better Hell in a Cell match than WrestleMania 15 version. No offense, but yeah, like I give the match 5 star, not 5 stars, probably 4 stars. Well, just because, man, I really hope to see the Bruise entrance, but it is pretty cool. But anyways, now let's get to the main event. Yeah, I said it. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. You Roman Reigns fans are so damn lucky that I was at WrestleMania. I wanted Cody to win so freaking bad because Cody was the guy. The guy. But no, not Finn Balor. What's his name? Oh, Finn Balor lost, but Edge won my favorite wrestler, but Cody can't win. Well, Vince, you're really, really, really like to ruin my night. I hope I ever make it to WWE. I hope I put you in the figure 4 leg lock. I said at that time you'll probably be gone and I'll forget about it. I'm not gonna put a figure 4 leg lock on and perform it. You're lucky I'm not. Lucky I'm not the head created because I would yell at you and call you every name in the book. No offense, man. But anyways, moving on. But honestly, if I ever want to put McMahon, I think Bruce McMahon would kick my ass. He would because he's ripped. I'm gonna call that McMahon ripped. I don't know. Forget what I said. Anything. Come on now. But I listen. I know it's just a storyline. I know, but I was hoping Cody would win. I was so fucking pissed off because he lost. Now, I really hope he does beat him again if he does give them a chance. For real, because dude, WrestleMania, the end of it was bullshit. Like, I have a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but he likes Roman Reigns, and he said, "Oh, what happened to Cody Rhodes? He sucks." I'm like, you know what, dude? To let you know, if Cody Rhodes did kick his ass, I'd be a better man than you. That means you gotta watch AEW. Oh, yeah, you wrote it again. Shut up. But yeah, like I didn't like it at all. But anyways, we're gonna move to Raw. I didn't watch Raw. I watched half of it, and I want to do something else. I heard Raw was the shittiest Raw ever because it was not much. Like Matt Riddle came back, cool, but where's Randy Orton? Because I heard a lot of rumors of returns and debuts. Alright? I heard that Jay White would make his debut, Matt Cardona would make his return, Zack Ryder, aka whatever, Randy Orton, whatever. None of those happened. Just Matt Riddle came back, and that's it. But, anyways, let's move to All Elite Wrestling. Oh, I love AEW. I really do. Do I love it more than WWE? Well, now, yes. Back then, probably not, because WWE had. Well, back then, WWE was more talented, had more wrestlers I know. But nowadays, I was like, dude, yeah, get off the PG stuff. But the reasons why I love AEW now, love AEW a lot, not now, but a lot now, is because it's getting better and better each year, each week, month. So the only thing I really hope to see is this. Ready? This is out of the WWE world. The podcast world. I really want to see. Okay, I forgot one more thing. I really hope next year they put Snoop Dogg in the wrestling game. Yes, Snoop Dogg, because what he did at WrestleMania was masterpiece. But anyways, it's back to AEW. So AEW this week, dude, was awesome. I loved it. Every bit of it. Like, my favorite match probably of that show was mostly probably, trying to remember here, crap. I had too much going on this week, I forgot what the hell, I watched. Oh, yeah. I'll think about the match, but I'm going to say this. My favorite segment on there was MJF. Like, MJF's great, guys. Like, I love MJF. As a fan, I love him. As a fan, no, not like a crush or anything, but I love how he is, how he performs. Like, to me, pro wrestler is a pro wrestler. He is a pro wrestler. Alright? He is. Like, think about this. Think about this. It's awesome. But since I thought about the match, I'm going to say that my favorite match of that was AEW's tag team match, FTR versus the Guns Club. Awesome match. It was great because I'm an FTR fan. I got this at my first ever AEW show. But yeah, like, I think AEW, man, what they said, even, spoiler if you guys don't know, they're having their first ever, well, no, it's not their first, it's Ring of Honor's pay-per-view. They're having their very own all-in pay-per-view at the Pontiac Silverdome in London, UK. Now, a lot of fans, a lot of people are wondering how they're going to do this, because WrestleMania was a big attendance. To me, it's like, well, dude, AEW got to do it because AEW has been doing this stuff since 2019. Oh, they're going to fill the seats, though. Well, obviously, like, if they keep on doing cool story, like a little bit of small storylines and cool action matches, yeah. But I really hope AEW does push that, because this is like their WrestleMania, actually their big pay-per-view coming up. I know Double or Nothing's a pay-per-view, but I know All In is more basics, you know what I'm saying? Like their ultimate wrestling thing. But like, pretty much, man, I thought AEW was good, but I'm gonna move on to Ring of Honor now. I fell asleep during. Here's a funny story. I have it on my TV right now, and I'm supposed to watch it and review it. For real, like, and I like, I'm not gonna do it. Well, turn to find out the clock says 7:30. I was like, oh, okay, I don't have time to do that. Kind of respect my neighbor next door, but yeah, like, I'm gonna say the Ring of Honor. The new Ring of Honor, because I grew up with the old Ring of Honor, because I'm old school. Now, I'm going to say this. Nothing will not replace the old school Ring of Honor, because I was on Ring of Honor as a fan. My first ever pay-per-view ever. I went with my brother. We were actually in front row. It was, I forgot the name of it. Next time I have this podcast, I would ask you guys this. You guys can watch me. But it's pretty freaking cool. Like, I recommend you guys, like if you're never a Ring of Honor fan, then you should watch it. It's pretty cool. Ring of Honor is awesome. But yeah, like I said, man, like, I think the new Ring of Honor is cool. But I think they really should not make it their own NXT, but like they should make it like NXT-ish a little bit, tiny bit. It's like Pepper. But make it AEW more inside. But yeah, I pretty much, man, like, I think what they're doing right now for wrestling is pretty great. Like I said, Raw sucks. I hate Raw. WrestleMania 2 sucks, and I think McMahon, what he's doing now for his company is, my opinion right now, but right now, I think they're in somewhat danger. Because last year, dude, they were going so great, I kid you not. When McMahon went out, stepped down as throne, gave Triple H, it was going so smooth. Now, a lot of wrestlers not believe. I believe, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say who, I'm going to say pro wrestlers. I think half the girls and the guys are going to leave the WWE. I don't know who, but I think they're going to leave because of what just transpired. I won't be surprised that if Tyler Black went to AEW. I won't be surprised if Becky Lynch goes to AEW. Those of you who don't know who the hell is Tyler Black, that's Seth Rollins' old school wrestling gimmick back in the Ring of Honor days. I won't be surprised if Matt Riddle drops his thing with WWE and goes to AEW. I won't be surprised. But here's the thing, though. Tyler Black actually does go to Ring of Honor, or Ring of Honor, yeah, or AEW. They're gonna legit have Tyler Black versus Jon Moxley in a street fight. Come on, it's gonna happen at some point. We don't know when, but it's gonna happen if it does happen at some point. I don't think Seth would never leave WWE because he's more loyal towards WWE because WWE was his life. I don't know. I'm not Seth Rollins, but yeah, like I said, man, Raw sucked. WrestleMania Night 2 was, The only match I really care about was the Edge match. Cause I'm an Edge fan, but I'm not happy that Cody lost because I'm a Cody fan. But I think Night 1 was good. Night 2 was okay. It was not better than Night 1. The only thing that made it better probably was Snoop Dogg I love Snoop Dogg as a rapper fan, but my favorite thing is he did a Snoop Doggy elbow drop. We all need to come up with a nickname for his move, but Snoop Doggy elbow drop. There you go. But pretty much, guys, this is pretty much it for my podcast. Yeah, this is the first episode, so from now on, I'm gonna do my podcast here on YouTube. The reason why Spotify, I stopped doing Spotify because it's not doing so great as mine. I fear YouTube's more because it's everywhere. You guys can watch me on YouTube, yada yada yada, whatever. I don't really care. So just remember, I'm gonna do these podcasts best I can. I know I've been away. I changed the name because I like to. And by the way, I'm gonna try to do more podcasts on Thursdays. I'm sorry, guys. I've been so busy because I'm focusing on a lot of stuff. You can see I've been doing the Special Olympics, but pretty much. Hope you guys enjoy this podcast and enjoy it some more.